Hello and welcome back, and today I want to talk about a Reolink IP camera. Reolink is one of the brands that I talk about on this camera, I would say at least once a month. One of the reasons I like their solutions is, as someone who is hugely interested in network attached storage, I like to take advantage of that surveillance software, whether it's QVR Pro from QNAP, Surveillance Station from Synology, Surveillance Center from ASUS, and more and more. And all of these surveillance platforms do require you to buy IP cameras. Now, IP cameras generally in the world of NAS fall into three categories. One, supported. Two, unsupported but usable, otherwise known as UNVIV in terms of default compatibility. And that third one is completely useless. I'm pleased to say that today's camera is in the second branch. This is a supported UNVIV camera from the guys at Reolink. It is the RLC-410. And it is a bullet camera that's PoE supported, along with a bunch of cameras we talked about recently. And it's a more affordable model. I'm sure the information's there on screen. But this is a NAS supported PoE camera for outdoors. It's IP66 weather certified. So again, water, rain, dust, etc. all protected from it. And thanks to it being PoE, it means you can power it just via network interface cables, standard RJ45 LAN, and a PoE switch. Now, the camera itself, if we have a little look inside, does arrive with a bundle of accessories, just like the others. It arrives with quick start installation guide and wall installation manual. A LAN cable there. It's a Cat6 cable to connect that and get the power all the way through to the camera. We have screws and an Allen key for accessing the internals of this camera, as well as installing it in the wall, along with raw plugs. And we have got, a cable cover for waterproofing where the connection of the LAN cable goes into the rear. And of course, we've got the camera itself. A lovely petite little camera here. This is the RLC-410. So let's bring that in a little bit there. It's a standard kind of bullet camera there. It's not pan tilt zoom. You've got to secure it into position. I believe it's got like a 50-degree angle there of motion. Not in automated motion, but actually moving it into position yourself. It's got LEDs based in the front of the device, 18 LEDs for up to 100 feet night vision on this device, and it does have motion tracking. It does arrive with its own mobile app, but of course, as good as that app is, and we've already done software overviews, what you guys are probably interested in is the support of this camera via network attached storage. It's metal and very solid in design all the way around. It's a sealed unit, IP66, and if we look at the rear, we can see that screw hole there, just underneath there, just there. And inside there is both the reset button and the SD card slot there that supports up to a 64 gig memory module inside their little SD card that you can install inside. Now, the utilization of this, if we look at the other end, we can have a look at the cable end. Now, the big one, as you might expect, is the main connection there that delivers both network connectivity up and down, as well as it being RJ45 there, it connected into it and you've got that cover. But the other two are slightly more interesting. First and foremost, we have got a PoE power injector. So that's a power injector where you can allow mains power connectivity into this camera rather than PoE. And you've also got a reset button there as well, where you can reset the camera back to default settings if you so choose with a click of a button. Now again, all of these are secured in, and again, if people are going to fiddle with it, they're probably going to be on camera. Personally, I don't recommend utilizing a camera with an SD card slot inside, because once you take the SD card and the camera, you've lost all your footage. They do support cloud services as well via the network interface there, so you can back up onto the cloud with your recordings regularly. But again, I just think a NAS is a better way forward on that, or even have a multi-tiered strategy. And again, you've got night vision, you've got motion detection, and it's a very affordable, very well constructed external PoE camera. We are going to be running tests with this camera on a network attached storage device just to test the quality. It doesn't have optical zoom, but you wouldn't expect that at this price point. It is a 5 megapixel camera, 2500 by 1900 camera here, so you've got quite high picture quality there, so FHD. And it has support of HD265 compression, so no H264. It's like the bigger recordings on this that might put some of you off. Finally, it is a microphone in camera, so it does record sound coming in, but you don't have a speaker to project it out. So you will be able to hear recordings, but you're not going to be able to say, "Get away," or something like that. Now, why do I talk about Reolink cameras quite a lot? Well, it's because I use them myself. I know a number of people utilize these cameras in home and business environments. They're quite affordable. They're not like Axis cameras, but Axis cameras start at £300, £400, £500 for what you would consider a standard model. So it is worth bearing Reolink in mind. Now, we are going to be running tests with this, as well as comparing it to some of the newer generation bullet cameras, as well as some of their new gen dome cameras that have got optical zoom and AI. And of course, they're going to cost more. What I'm saying is they've still got some very, very good current gen solutions out there for you. Do let me know if you're interested in buying a camera like this, because it'll be nice to see who utilizes their NAS for surveillance, because I know it's not a large portion of users, with most users using backups or multimedia or VMs, but there's definitely a growing trend for people utilizing their NAS for surveillance, either solely or to take advantage of camera licenses that are included with their device and maximize their investment, both in the home and business environments. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been the RLC-410 overview here, and if you guys want to learn more, go to the description where we've got lots of links on the best way to take advantage of surveillance with your NAS at home and business. Click like if you've enjoyed it, click subscribe to learn more, and I'll see you next time.